All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Good, guys. 4 down, 4 down.
Man, move it. You got to get that.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus? Tackling the runner for a loss.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Mike 10.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
10. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 10's up. Go. Danny.
Here's Wilson. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here's Jack Fox now. Fielded just inside the 20. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And an alley to run. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On 1st down, it's Payne. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught at about the 5. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Raining, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown!
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Too little, cupcake. Check. Lucky. There.
Johnson running right. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the 16, Wilson stepping up. He's going to keep it. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
From the 31, Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Jackson looking to throw on third. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think About turning it upfield. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check pass. Check pass.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get in the weight room.
Now Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's go, one more. Check 59.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Great job, man.
Nick Boyle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
In your face.
Joker,
Joker, Joker, Joker. Check 30. Get it wrong. West.
Fair.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That's where you belong.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, tight down.
From the gun, Jackson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Mike is 59. Look us. QB's track. 22, check. 22.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
It's been a long day for you. Check 99. Check 99.
Check.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. This time Jackson will throw it. And that's complete to Cooks. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. Hey. Imagine. Smoke. 59's Mike. Check.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Payne. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Here we go. Let's go. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to touchdown. And the New Orleans Saints put 6 up on the board.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Keep playing.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Throwing on second down. Wilson, he's going to take off with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Run pass. Got it. 3 down. Watch the edge. Cover. Kill. Go, trot. Mike 10. Go. 10's right.
Now it's Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Mike 10. One left. I'm coming after you. 10's the mic. You're not ready.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid.
On first down, Wilson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Let's go now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Buddy up. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson looking for his running back, and he's got him. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
14.
Watch the shift.
They go to Johnson again. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
4 down, 4 down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 11. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want
touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Airing one out for Crowder. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Hey, alert, alert. 10's the mic.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Good job right there.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as he said.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
10's the mic, 10's the mic.
Stay with your man.
Jim.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Green 80.
I want that.
Hey.
Defense, give me that ball.
They'll carry here for the fullback. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
I'll go special.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the safety creep.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike the 59.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch. Right stone. Travel.
Check, 59.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, Jackson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the fly. Watch the fly. Motion. Pop. Shift. H3.
Check, 59. Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. 59.
Watch the slats.
He'll find Metcalf. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he gets puts it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Saints on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They find some open field here. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Jackson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 43-yard line.
We got 4. We got 4.
And they take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mike 5-9.
Hey, let's get that ball.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Gator. We own them. We own them.
On second down, it's Payne. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Set. 30 base.
52's the mic.
Pilot, 64, weak. Say go.
On 3rd down, Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. Stepping up. He'll try and run. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Check 4. Check
64. Wait.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Keep playing.